Hi there, and welcome back to the AMZG Agency YouTube channel, your go-to account for marketing tips, industry insights, and the latest digital trends to grow your business. Before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's get into it. Mother's Day campaigns are everywhere this time of year. Bouquets, brunch deals, sentimental ads. But in 2025, a few standout brands took that message to heart. Instead of leaning solely on sentimental ads or limited-time offers, they launched campaigns that delivered something far more meaningful. Real impact. They didn't just talk about supporting moms, they backed it with action. First up, Mom Cozy. Known for their maternity and nursing products, Mom Cozy used Mother's Day as an opportunity to advocate for postpartum mental health. The brand launched a campaign in partnership with TV personality Becca Kufrin and Postpartum Support International, PSI, called Mom Cozy Village. For every message of support submitted through their platform, Mom Cozy donated $1 to PSI, helping fund critical resources for women navigating perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. They turned celebration into solidarity, centered on community, not consumerism. By shining a light on maternal mental health and contributing real funds to a trusted organization, they showed up in a way that mattered. Take a look at the video they released to kick off their 2025 Mother's Day campaign.
Life is so beautiful right now. I have my husband Thomas. We have an 18-month-old son named Benson, and he is just this bright ball of energy, running like crazy, eating everything in our house. I was the type of person to think that I would love the newborn phase. Turns out I was very wrong. I was not prepared for the lack of sleep, the ever-changing hormones throughout the body, the breastfeeding journey and the pumping journey. It definitely took a toll on me, especially those first couple weeks and months. I honestly feel like I probably blacked out and I was just in a fog. Luckily, my husband Thomas was there to help me through it all. He didn't have the hormones raging through his body, but he was going through everything else with me, which really helped. The hormones, I'm not a huge crier, and I swear I cried 5 times a day, every day for the first probably 2 months. You know, I would be reading Benny a book about a giraffe and I would start crying. I have finally been getting better about balancing self-care and motherhood. I really struggled with mom guilt very early on. Oh my gosh. The mom guilt was huge in the breastfeeding journey because I felt like I couldn't produce enough pumping, that I was letting Benny down. Benny coming into this world, changed everything drastically. I think like any baby does for any family. And it's just so important, I think, to still have your freedom, because when you're a mom, you're trying to do so many things. You're trying to get the laundry done, you're trying to make meals, you're trying to clean, do the dishes, still take care of your baby. And so I was really excited to become a Mom Cozy ambassador because I'm such an independent person. I think the fact that they can offer more freedom and flexibility with their products is so important for mothers. Any sort of resource is so important for new moms, because it was really hard for me to give up having Benny sleep in our room at 6 months. The Mom Cozy baby monitor is key. It's like one of the products that we cannot live without. People are probably like, okay, Becca, cut the cord, turn off the monitor. It just gives me a sense of peace and keeps me at ease. Oh, we use the sound machine every night. Benny does not sleep without a sound machine. I honestly would use one for myself. I can't be the best mom and the best partner and the best just version of myself if I can't fill my cup. So I've gotten better about asking for extra help when it's needed now. And now Mom Cozy is part of my village. They have mothers' needs, I think, at the forefront of their mission, which is so important. And that's why I'm so happy to be partnering with them. You know, people always are like, having a baby is gonna be hard, and I feel like it goes in one ear and out the other until you're in it. One thing that I really struggled with, especially the first couple months, was my anxiety, postpartum anxiety. And I've always had anxiety throughout my life, but it was just on a whole new level now that I had another human to take care of. Thomas at one point was like, Becca, you keep cleaning, you can't fixate on anything else. Like when Benny's sleeping, you need to organize everything, like just take a break. And I'm like, I can't turn off my mind. I need to make sure the dishes are done, that everything's put away properly, that things are neat and tidy, because everything else was so new and seemed kind of chaotic that was the only way I could have some sort of control. Something I would say to other moms who are suffering from postpartum depression or OCD or anxiety is you're not alone. Postpartum Support International, they're such a great place that people can go to get those resources, whether it be info on postpartum depression, a community where they can talk about things like anxiety, things that they're feeling, I think is key for any new parent, whether it's a mom or a dad. I've always been a very open book. I mean, I went on multiple reality shows to try and find love, so I've just always been open because I know that everything that I was feeling, I'm not the only person or the only mom to be feeling those things, which I feel like at times moms kind of, take back seat because the baby is the focus of a family. How do I raise this tiny human and keep him alive and meet all of his needs while still trying to do the same for myself and just meet my basic needs? Like, when can I eat? When can I shower? When can I take 10 minutes to lie down and have a rest? When you're thinking of 1,000,000 things at once for not only yourself, but your child, like, other things take a back seat. So, I'm going to be very honest. After having a baby, the thought of sex went way down. I would rather sleep during those first couple weeks. Okay, well, if it was up to Thomas, he would have had baby number 2 a week after we brought Benny home. So I was like, don't touch me, don't come near me for a while. I'm not ready for that. But now, fast forward to 18 months later, we have talked about, we're finally at the point where we are ready to expand the family. Next week, we're going to wine country. So yeah, Benny will be away from mom and dad with grandma for a few days, and Thomas and I will both probably cry, but that's why we'll have some wine to help. Who knows, maybe baby number 2 will be made on this trip. I loved him before I had Benny, but seeing him as a father now, I don't even have words sometimes. He is the best father, partner, friend. Obviously, before we had Benny, we had an amazing friendship, but now I look at him and I just have this deeper, different kind of love. Like, I could not imagine any other person to raise my son. And I know that if my dad knew Thomas, he would love him wholeheartedly. So to see Thomas with our child just is so special to me. I lost my dad when I was 19, but my dad was an amazing human. So Benson is actually named after a very small town in Minnesota where my dad was born and raised. That's how we got his name. And there are times where I look at Benny and I catch rare glimpses of my dad in him. And it brings me to tears because I'm like, okay, my dad is still here. Oh my gosh, my dad, I think, would just be so in love with Benson. My dad loved to duck hunt. He also would carve decoys. Benson's first word was actually duck, just like mine. And so that was actually really special when he first said that, just because we have all of our old decoys all around the house that my dad had carved. I'm like, oh, my dad would be proud. Motherhood has been a wild ride, but it's been the biggest blessing of my life, and I can't imagine life without a Benny. When he runs to me and throws his arms up and says mama and gives me a big hug, and he knows now how to kiss me, it's just those special moments that make everything worth it, whether I didn't get sleep at night or we picked up a sickness from daycare through Benny. It's like his hugs and kisses and hearing him say mama make it all worth it. I've learned to let go of the reins a little bit and be able to ask for help. Anything that you can do or use to make your life easier or more flexible or make you feel more confident and beautiful is so important. And Mom Cozy puts moms first. Your little things are Mom Cozy's everything.
Next, breast pump brand Willow teamed up with Canopie, a digital mental health platform, to launch a powerful campaign aimed at addressing the silent crisis of postpartum mental health. Together, they pledged to donate 1 million hours of maternal mental health support to mothers in need. This initiative provided mothers with free access to Canopie's clinically backed mental wellness programs, at a time when nearly 1 in 5 women experience perinatal mental health challenges. This campaign bold, specific, and measurable. Instead of offering a discount code or a bouquet, Willow offered care, at scale. The timing made it a meaningful tribute to moms everywhere, particularly those in their most vulnerable season. Lastly, Cakes, a company founded by working moms, took their commitment a step further this year. Just before Mother's Day, they announced a new childcare reimbursement benefit for their employees. The initiative was rolled out internally before being publicized, reinforcing that this wasn't just a PR play, it was a genuine effort to support the team behind the brand. They didn't just talk about supporting moms, they institutionalized it. In a world where benefits often lag behind messaging, this move set a precedent for what modern employer support can look like.
There's no village, there's no universal childcare, there's no affordable childcare, no great parental leave policies. And if anyone's leaving the workforce, most of the time it's the woman.
I'm really excited. May 1st, we are launching our new initiative for our employees where we are going to be covering 100% of childcare costs for our employees with children under public school age. I mean, this is why we started Cakes, and to be able to do things like this makes me happy, and I really do hope it sets the standard for, and I mean, we're going to do a lot more, but I hope it sets the new standard for just how to treat people at work.
Till society, the powers that be, create policies, like it is on the employer to make the workplace better and more supportive for women.
The best Mother's Day campaigns in 2025 weren't just the most beautiful, they were the most impactful. Mom Cozy, Willow, and Cakes proved that the future of brand storytelling is rooted in action. Because when you support moms meaningfully, the message speaks for itself. And if you're still searching for the perfect gift, we just dropped new merch. Fresh designs made to honor the superwomen in your life, just in time for Mother's Day. Shop now at the link in the description. Thank you.